Isekai's a genre everyone's still getting used to in the anime world. Some love the genre and can't stop talking about it, and others can't stand it. But in the manhwa community, we get something completely different. We have masterpieces like Solo Leveling, The World After the Fall, The Beginning After the End, and the title of this video, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. The series looked promising, and light novel readers of the series promised that the story is good, with a satisfying ending. So when it got its own manhwa adaptation, I decided to give the series a try, and I can boldly tell you that the series was not what I was expecting. It gave a fresh new look on the term isekai, kind of like Solo Leveling. The plot is engaging, characters feel authentic, and it just makes you swipe to the next panel over and over again. And looking at what everyone else in the community have to say about the series, I can happily tell you that there are mixed opinions about the series as well, with some people highlighting the series' art, storytelling, and characters, while others complaining about its style of exposition, reference, power system, and info dump. The series is quite entertaining and does a good job in switching around the isekai cliches that we've come to expect in the series, like the harem trope, and instead of being overpowered, he constantly meets people that are far stronger, almost like Sung Jin-woo from Legend of the Northern Blade. But the true goodness of the series come from watching the main character solve problems in his own creative style. The plot. The story revolves around Kim Dokja, a 28-year-old salary earner who slaves for a company. His only form of solace is in reading a light novel that has been ongoing for years. The day comes when the final chapter is about to be aired, and after reading the chapter, the author sends him a gift, and at that moment the whole world turns upside down. A weird puffy demon appears and tells everyone in the train that they'll be taking part in various scenarios, and tells everyone to kill each other to live. While everyone is confused and surprised, the fact is that Kim has seen all this happen before. In fact, everything that is happening was in the book. Being the only one who has knowledge of what's happening and what's to happen, Kim rises to the challenge to survive in the now apocalyptic Earth. The story's setting is quite interesting. We have beings from a different dimension watching and involving themselves in human affairs through those puffy demon. They select humans at their discretion, give them buffs, and humans can level up, learn new abilities with coins, and the skill set one can have simply depends on the being that supports them, which makes for diverse matchup in combat. The setting seems entertaining, and gives you some form of assurance. The plot, on the other hand, has mixed reviews and criticism. The fact that characters from another universe are coming into human affairs feels a lot different from having a character go to their world, and making the main character knowledgeable about the future only makes you want to see what he does with that knowledge. At the very least, the story creates some level of intrigue. The only problem I have with the series is that it sometimes takes too long to get to the point, or it uses too many unnecessary dialogues, scenes, or panel to do something simple and straightforward, like having something that could have been done in one chapter take up to 3 chapters. At this point, it almost reminds me of some Dragon Ball Z episodes, but that's about the only problem I've seen in the series, and it's mostly at the beginning. The characters. We have the main character Kim Dokja, a smart, withdrawn, and dedicated book lover. In the story, he seems to only find solace in the books that he occupies himself in, that is, until the world is suddenly changed during a train ride. Armed with the knowledge of the world and the future, he takes it upon himself to survive this apocalyptic world. He recruits people from all angles and uses his knowledge to outsmart foes and situation, which altogether make for an interesting character. Junghyuk. He's the actual main protagonist of the novel Kim Dokja reads, and he's now the rival of the Kim Dokja. He's a resolute, confident, and determined character. He started out optimistic and caring, but as time went on and he continued to be regressed, and his actions slowly changed, forcing him to become someone different in order to achieve his goals. It is only when he meets Kim Dokja does he start to improve for the better. Yu Sanga is also another character in the story, aiming to be independent. She takes a job at Kim Dokja's company, and seems to be cheerful and hardworking in the beginning, but when the incident that reshaped the world happened, she adapted to becoming a more serious person with a killer instinct. She's an interesting character with a story to tell. Also, we have Han Soo-young, who at first seems to be a manipulative and selfish character in the novel, willing to use people for her own gain. She's cunning and smart, and some love her, some hate her, but she's a character you'll look forward to seeing regardless of your opinion. There are other characters that are in the story as well, but these ones are the ones that keep the story going and make you want to stick around for its chapters. In terms of its art style, I can easily say that it's one of the best ones out there, with it having beautiful panels that compare to Solo Leveling. It brings colors to life and some scenes practically jump off the page, giving the series some form of realism. At the very least, the art style feels like a breath of fresh air that you can't stop inhaling, which makes the reading experience more enjoyable. The series definitely has its flaws and cliches, and some find it appealing while others find it subpar, but it looks like the right series for anyone new in the community, and anyone who's into action series as well. So if you enjoy action fantasy stories, this might be for you, and if after chapter 8 you don't feel like reading more, you can check out other series.